Hello, people that in the house doing. Forgive me for my hair. Just to say, I'm going to put this straight out here. I've said it in many other videos. If I was ever in government in the morning, I would dismantle RT completely. I would obviously keep one national station, probably RT1, and I would just literally localize, TV, the Irish, break it down into bits, I suppose you could say, and put it every county have its own television station. That's what I would love to have. Because RT, as we know, it's just a bad system and it's outdated. RT is outdated. They're living in the 60s, and let's be honest. The people who they have on it, there's some people I really like in RT who, like Marty Whelan. I have to say off the top of the bat, Marty Whelan, who does Win and Strike, he's a laugh. He's a bit of fun. I listen to his radio show in the morning, RT Lyric FM. It's a bit of fun. The OT obviously wanted to try and get rid of him at one stage. Obviously, he's the one of the better ones. Let's be honest. People like Ryan Tuffley, Ray Darcy, I have no time to listen to them because they just drill. They just drizzle and drizzle and drizzle. And I'm not gonna lie, they do drizzle. And then Melon McCall and the rest of that crack. And it's just get in the bin. As simple as that. Because OT is out of style. OT is out of style. Let's be honest. They're not looking for a younger audience. They're looking for more older people to influence to try and get them to pay the TV license, trying to frighten people to pay the TV license. And they waste so much money on makeup and doing themselves up to the last on the news and on the weather and on everything. They do themselves up to the last with the ridiculous amount of money spent on makeup and taxpayers' money. And there's no need for it. There's no need. People would rather somebody like me who has no makeup on now tell somebody the news, because that is so more realistic that we don't care about being done up to the last. We just want to do our job. We just want to give the Irish people the news. We don't want to give them a show and tell. And OT tries to show off a bit, and when you see them do something good, they always show off a bit. I'm not going to lie, sometimes they have exposed some good things in society, some bad things actually, and some in good ways, I suppose you can say. But I'm just going to say, RT is not working. It's simple as that. It's not working. Loads of people taking pay reductions, YNWD, loads of big names. They should be taking nearly 100% pay reductions, because that's how they're all on so much money that they take 15%. And the person who is just doing the lighting on a stage in OT has to take a 15% cut to the same as them, which is not fair. Let's totally be honest here. People who are just doing, the hard donkey walk, they're getting a big cut out of their wages. They'll probably only get €500 a week. Maybe they'll be only getting €200 a week now. And Ryan Tubley might be only getting €10 knocked off of the week. It doesn't make any sense. OTE is just not making any sense. And you can see how desperate they're getting by trying to sell patents and everything like that. They're desperate, let's be honest. They're trying, people are refusing to pay the TV licenses. And they're totally right. Why should you pay for your TV license? And there's nothing good on OT to put on. The Late Late Toy Show, I don't watch OT, it's simple as that, unless there's something I'm interested in, sometimes, ear to the ground and watch it, just because something interested on it. Usually never watch OT, never, because they just go on and they go on and they go on and they go on and they go on, and they say how great they are, and then they just, if we didn't have OT, what would we do? And you just you pay your TV license, that goes towards OT, fair enough, that's fair. But it's different. There's nothing watered down on OT. They're putting on stuff that people don't want to see. I can't tell you, on Christmas Day, I turn on OT, there's nothing watered down on it. There's nothing any good on it. There's not good Irish documentaries or anything about Christmas. And there's nothing really good. It's all about these big American companies and the rest of this crack, what they're trying to throw down everybody's throat. And it's just, it's not fair. It's really, really not fair on people. And that's why I'm talking about the dismantling OTE so much. Because I would love to see a localised, in every county, in all 32 counties, a localised, one by the people of that county. Say if it's in County Monaghan, be people in County Monaghan organising the cameras, create more jobs too, create loads more jobs in communities, and, get industries' names out there. Say if there's a local barber shop wants to promote the barber shop on local TV, would help them, help the business grow in Monaghan. And it does make sense. What I'm saying does make sense, and it focus on local issues, and the focus sometimes, and it would have national, 6 o'clock national news for the whole country, and it would we'll have only news for the localized area, which would be very good. Let's be honest, I would love to see that. It would be good. It would really be good. It would cost the taxpayer a tiny bit to get it set up, but I think it would work very, very well. I really do think it. I have thought about it a lot, because it's a lot better than this system we have in RT. That they'd say like the weather forecast is a great example of how they don't have a clue what they're doing. Because one minute they say it's going to rain, next minute they say it's going to snow, next minute they say it's going to be a hurricane. They keep changing it. Every hour they keep changing the weather, and they don't have a clue. Like, I remember one time they said it was going to snow, and then it just rained for 6 or 7 weeks afterwards, and it didn't snow at all. And they have a whole exaggeration of underestimating the weather, I suppose you could say. And, Zoti is just outdated. It's simple as that. And I'm not going to lie to people. And it's freedom of speech, just to say to you. I'm entitled to my opinion. As I said, I do pay bits of the TV license. So that's fair enough. I have to be taking some of the blame for that. But if you didn't pay the TV license, I might as well say it to you. Because this is the kind of system we live in this country. If you didn't pay your TV license, you end up 16 years in prison or something like that. It's a disgrace. And if you shot somebody in the street, you give them a medal. It doesn't make any sense. If you killed somebody over drugs, you nearly get the medal from the President of Ireland. You get the official well done of the President of Ireland. Like, literally, that's the kind. And then if you don't pay your TV license, you have the whole state coming down on top of you, which is not very fair, which is not good to have. But it's outdated. RT is way, way outdated, and it was a lot better years ago. Let's be honest, it was a lot better because they focused on Irish issues. They weren't too worried about what was happening anywhere else. And, it was all about, this is our national station. This is where your television on. We're going to keep Irish things on. We're going to focus on Irish-made films, Irish-made, stories, Irish-made stuff. And now they're just going out everywhere and they're just putting on everything that they feel like putting on, which is not right. Because there's so many good Irish films out there, and I've never seen them on OT. I never seen them. I've seen them on UTV. They have them on UTV quicker than have them on OT. Mrs. Bird's Boys classic. Brendan O'Carroll would never have made it anywhere if he stuck with OT. He had to go to the BBC to make a name for himself. Because he wouldn't have never got it in OT. Because OT is too, afraid of course, and too afraid of this and too afraid of that. And, they would have that's why he had to go to the BBC. True story. And he would say it to probably yourself. And the wolf tones, only for BBC too, the wolf tones would never been heard of. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if anyone has a problem with me speaking out against OT, I'm sure OT might have a bit of a problem, but under the Constitution of Ireland it says freedom of speech. Under the United Nations Human Rights it says freedom of speech, freedom to express your opinion. And especially if you're paying for something that's funded by the taxpayer, I'm sure you have every right in the Irish Constitution to say what you think of it. And I paid, so they have nothing to really say against it. So, there. Fantastic. Just wanted to clear that up. Thank you.